up, brothers and sisters, and welcome to MTG Malone with me, MTG Malone. And it's Saturday, tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so I thought I would be playing something that I love, and I haven't been playing on this channel since the day that I made this channel, Abzan freaking Yorion. But before we get into the deck, if you're new to the channel, I would love it if you could help me reach the next big milestone of 800. My goal was the 600 until the end of last month, and we're way over it. We're at 720 something. That is insane. Thank you all so much for the support. I appreciate it so freaking much. I love what I'm doing, and I'm glad that people feel the same. But enough yammering, let's get into this hammering. We have a lot of cards to go over, and oh boy, this deck is so much fun. You will see your opponent scooping left and right for whatever reasons. So, this is an Abzan enchantment deck. And the most important cards in here are the Archon of Sun's Grace, which is just such a good card. If you want to play something fun, play the Archon of Sun's Grace. Yes, it dies to removal, I know, but we have ways to bring it back. So, the Archon of Sun's Grace, you know the bad boy. Pegasus you control have lifelink, he has flying and lifelink himself, and whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you create a 2/2 white Pegasus creature with flying. So you have a 2/2 lifelinker on the battlefield, which is so freaking good. So, you play the Archon of Sun's Grace, you play your Birth of Meletis, you play your Omen of the Sun, you play your Elspeth's Nightmare, just to go over some enchantments that you already know from before, and of course stuff like the Binding of the Old Gods. And then you flicker them all with the Yorion, and you do it all over again, and you will get an Archon and a lot of Pegasi. Pegasi. You will get a lot of them. And that is just too much for almost every opponent to handle, because even if they're a flyer stack, now you have all the bases covered. So the Archon of Sun's Grace, pretty good, try to get him out of here. So, and because we're playing green, we have some ramp in here with the Wolf Willow Haven. This is very important. Put it onto something, it will give you an additional green, and yeah, onto a land of course, and you can sack it for a wolf. Maybe that could be important, but beware, you can only do it during your turn. So if you want to throw the wolf under the bus, forget about it. You monster, what are you thinking? So, the Wolf Willow Haven will be very good against almost nothing. So keep it just as a land enchantment and triggering the Archon. But there's some new cards in here, so let's get over the new cards. We have the Binding of the Old Gods, and because I love this card so much, I called the deck the Binding the Gods, because that is what I want to do. I want, excuse me, as I said yesterday, it's a theme, but I just almost suffocated from my own spit. So, but I'm good, I live. So, becoming a theme, coughing every time. So, the Binding of the Old Gods, that is why I called the deck Binding the Gods, because with this deck I think that you will have a pretty good chance against almost all the meta decks out there. No matter what it is, get him out of here. Have fun with the Binding of the Gods. So you destroy target non-land permanent, so whatever it is, you can destroy it. If it's a planeswalker, a creature, an enchantment, doesn't matter, or even an artifact, you can just take freaking care of it. And you will need to do that. And that is pretty good. Then it ramps. Then it gives you a forest. So keep that in mind, that if you have one forest, you will get another one for your EERIE Ultimatum, because we have two of them in here. And yeah, so if you want to crack your Fabled Passage, do it for a black if you already have a green. And then the third mode, not too important, creatures you control gain Death Touch. Could be important if you have a lot of Pegasi out. Yeah, we decided on Pegasi. Because, yeah, maybe you want to swing in. Make it a hard choice for them if they really want to block. With this, you can. So, also new card, Kaya the Inexorable. And thank you all so much for the people telling me what the Inexorable stands for. Now I learned something. So, you put a Ghost Form counter on up to one target non-token creature, and it gets, whenever it dies or is put into exile, you create a 1/1 spirit and you return that card to your hand or to its owner's hand. So if somebody steals your creature, you do it onto that creature, and you will get it back as soon as you wipe the board with the Doomscar, which we have 4 of in here. You might say, but a Doomscar, we have a lot of creatures with the PEGASI. Yeah, but we will get him back with the EERIE Ultimatum or with our Elspeth Conquer Staff, so don't you worry about it. Don't you freaking worry about it. Then of course we have 3 Yorions in here to flicker everything, which is pretty good. And we have 2 Ugin, the Spirit Daddy Dragon in here, because I like to be annoying. And as we're ramping a little bit with the Birth of Meletis and with the Binding of the Old Gods, and with the Wolf Willow Haven, maybe we will have a Ugin on turn 7 or 6. So, not too shabby in my books. Then what else do we have? We have 2 In Search of Greatness. I wish I could have put more in here, but I didn't know what to cut. But with this card, this is almost in here only for the scrying. With this you will always find what you need and it will be good. Trust me, having the Search of Greatness out, scrying for free every single turn just feels freaking great. It is just the perfect thing to do. And yeah, maybe you don't really care what you draw. You have your Elspeth Nightmare out on the field and your Search of Greatness. You can put a Binding of the Old Gods for free on the field. So that is also very good. But the most important part here is the scrying. If you have this on the field, your chances of winning are just skyrocketing. Freaking skyrocketing. Then of course, a lot of removal in here, because we need to. That is why we have 4 Skyclave Apparitions, 3 Elspeth's Nightmare, 3 Mitres of Netheroi, and just like the Binding of the Old Gods, this can destroy anything. If you have black, white and green. Otherwise it destroys a creature, but we will have all those colors because we're looking pretty good land-wise. I can't remember one single situation where I was missing a white or a green to play the Mitres of Netheroi on a Planeswalker or something. So that is pretty freaking good. Then as I said, the Binding of the Old God, the Doomscar and an Elspeth, 4 Elspeth Conquer Staff to take care of the big stuff that the Skyclave Apparition can take care of. Or, yeah, bring back our Yorion, bring back our Ugin, bring back our Kaya. That is what we want to do. Then of course 2 Omen of the Sun, just to have him in here. Maybe I could cut him for the Search of Greatness for 4 of them, but I think having a little bit more life gain in here together with the Archon and to trigger the Archon is just good. Because if you have the Omen of the Sun out and the Archon of Sun's Grace and your Wolf Willow Haven on the land, you play your Yorion, you get 2 1/1s, you get 2 PEGASI because of the Wolf Willow Haven and the Omen of the Sun and the Yorion, and that is just so much freaking value. And you know us here at MTG Malone, we love the freaking value. So, did I forget anything? I don't think so. So, whatever dies, we will bring it back with the EERIE Ultimatum. So, get yourself black and white as soon as possible, and the green of course if you have the Wolf Willow Haven. But yeah, as I said, you will need especially black, but we're looking pretty good. So if you don't know the card, you return any number of permanent cards with different names from your graveyard to the battlefield. So you can return all of this, apart from the Mitres of Netheroi, you can return everything. And the Doomscar. These are the only 2 cards that you cannot return with the EERIE Ultimatum. But for the rest, you can return everything, and they will enter the battlefield at the same time. So just imagine you have 1 of everything in your graveyard because the game went on real long. You will return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where is it? Yeah, 7. 7 enchantments together with the Archon. So you will get in there with an Archon and 7 freaking PEGASI, and maybe even a Ugin and a Kaya, and maybe even a Yorion. And then you flicker all of the enchantments once more, and you will have 14 PEGASI, which is just so much value. Also, you remove everything because of the Skyclave, the Elspeth's Nightmare, and the Elspeth Conquer Staff. So that is just so much value. And getting onto 7 mana with this deck is not the hardest thing to do because of 4 Wolf Willow Haven, the 3 Binding of the Old Gods, and the 4 Birth of Meletis. So, looking pretty sweet. Then let's get into the lands, and then we will get into the games because I've been babbling for the longest time here already. We have 1 Castle Ardenvale, we have 4 beautiful Bobross Plains, we have 4 freaking beautiful Bobross Swamps, We have 4 beautiful Bob Ross forests. Then we have 4 Grim Climb, Bright Climb pathway. You might have this already. Then the Dark Boar, Slither Boar pathway, 4 of them. 4 Boulder Loft, Branch Loft pathway. Oh my god, my tongue is already asleep. And 4 Indiatha Triumph. Yeah, this is pretty good. 4 Indiatha Triumph and 4 Fabled Passage. And yeah, today I'm not the Fabled Passage, but that is good. The Indiatha Triumph is really good because you have all the colors you need, and in the end, if you have enough lands, you can just cycle this. And look at the art. Isn't it just so freaking beautiful? So, this is a very fun deck. I enjoy it very much, and I'm so glad that I finally got it to the part where I say I want to showcase on the channel. So, thank you very much for tuning in. As I said yesterday, in 10 days I will be starting a little bit of streaming because then my university stuff will be over for the semester. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you would prefer Twitch or YouTube, but I think that my second stream will be on YouTube, as most of you know me from here. So, thank you very much. I am MTG Malone, and I will see you in those binding games. Alrighty, this hand doesn't even look too bad. We have everything we need to remove everything, so yeah. And yeah, I almost forgot to record, but here I am. Exactly on time. And we're up against Gara. So, we have all the colors that we need. We have a Wood Willow Haven to play a Binding of the Gods in turn 3, so looks pretty a-okay to me. Looks pretty a-okay to me. The opponent goes first, that I don't like, but you can't always have what you want, right? You can't always have what you want, and this Mythos still looks so freaking cool. Eating the little fella, devouring the little fella. This needs to go. Alright, so we found even more land if we want to. And I think I do want to. So are we up against Gruul? So Doomscar would be pretty sweet here. But we have a lot of spot removal, so at least we got that going for us. And I think I will be playing the Birth of Meletis first. Just to have a blocker. Gara is taking his sweet time with every single decision that he makes. Yeah, that's just how it is sometimes, Wellbear, isn't it? Isn't it just how it is sometimes? So tomorrow's Valentine's Day. And yeah, I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday, but it's a sweater, so what you want me to do? And it's a camouflage. Oh, I'm up against elves. I see. I freaking see. So in that case, I want my Yorion out as soon as possible, so I will be playing the Wood Willow Haven here. Excuse-moi. And next turn I can be playing the Binding of the Old Gods. Turn afterwards I can be playing the Yorion to take care of that, so yeah. Oh, the Archon is also pretty sweet. So I think I will be playing the Archon first. So now I have a blocker with lifelink, which is pretty nice. Next turn I can still be playing the Binding of the Old Gods, get more blockers. Yeah, this looks a-okay to me. And a Herald. Okay. So the Elvish War Master absolutely needs to go here. But he can't be attacking in. Is he playing the deck that I was playing? Crazy. Crazy. So first things first. We play a green here. And then we play the Binding of the Old Gods onto the Elvish War Master. And now we have a blocker, which is pretty good. Sweet. So now he can be attacking in with the Herald. But I don't really care about that. And next turn we can be playing the Yorion. Get ourselves a little bit of more stuff, so let me think. We have 5 lands here. If I play the Birth of Meletis, I will have 3 lands left. Oh, this is also just freaking nice. Just freaking nice. But I don't think I want to be playing... So first off, we attack in with the Archon of Sun's Grace for a hit to the face here. And then I will be playing the Yorion and reactivate my Archon. Get myself another little Pegasus here. Isn't it just sweet? So the Scamfire Avenger needs to go. I don't want him to have all the value. Drawing a lot of cards. Not in my book. So we're looking pretty a-okay here. I don't think that he has a lot of board wipes. He has his own Binding of the Old Gods. Okay. That was pretty a-okay to me. So we're getting a lot of lands here. And I think I want the Kaya out. Do I? Yeah, because I don't want his creatures to get... Or do I? Well, first off, I think I'm going to get myself another Plains. Just to have them all out of the way. So, then I can destroy whatever I want here. But I don't know how to go on about it. I think I'm going to play the Kaya. Kaya looks pretty a-okay to me here. Getting rid of his... Yeah, the Binding of the Old Gods needs to go. I don't want him to ramp. I don't want him to get anything out of it. So I will present lethal on the board here. He needs to do something about my creatures, otherwise he will be just dead. And that is absolutely fine. That is just fine. So, unless he has another Binding of the Old Gods here, we are looking pretty good. Oh, yeah, that is pretty a-okay. But still, we're looking pretty good. Yeah, the Kaya, not too important. Was way more important to get it out of the way here. So, we got a small wall. And our creatures now have Death Touch, which isn't too important. So now we get rid of the Realm Walker. And he surrenders. He had no chance. He knew it. We knew it. And I need to change that avatar to something more fitting. So, pretty good. Alright, the first game went pretty well, got to admit. Didn't even need my board wipes. But they're always good to have. They are always good to have because you never know. Oh, change into Garruk and we're up against a Garruk. With a Yorion of him. Oh, and Omori the Collector? What? We're going first. We don't have any white. Yeah, I need to mulligan this. This looks way better. This looks so much better. So, I want to keep everything in here. So that's going to be a hard decision, but I think I'm going to get rid of the Yorion, because I can always get myself a new Yorion. And that is what I will do. So, what is he playing? Is he playing creatures? Is he playing enchantments? We will find... He's playing creatures. Okay, nothing but creatures. Oh, this is very sweet. So I can be playing my Search of Greatness here. And yeah, it's crying for free every single turn from now on, which is pretty good. So he's a mutate deck. Yeah, I thought so much. Okay, draw yourself a card. I don't care. Another land. Yeah, we need one more land, so that is pretty good. But I will be taking care of a Sea Dasher Octopus here immediately. No need to wait for it. I don't want him to be drawing cards. No way, Jose. Yes, crying for free every single turn is just so good. The baby Godzilla. Another land? No, I don't think so. I need answers. Like the Archon. That is a pretty good answer in my book. So, am I taking the chances here? Get myself a black. I think I am taking my chances here. Won't be attacking in, but I think he would need something really good here. Really good to go with the Polywog Symbiote. Like the Auspicious Sterix, but we can just get rid of that pretty soon. If I play this, I still have enough for the Missiles of Netheroi, so yeah. Let's do it. Putting it on the Swamp. It's just value. And we play our Triumph. Excuse-moi. And then we get in for a snack here. And then we see what he does, but we can just take care of the Auspicious Sterix here. No problemo. He wants to mutate something onto this. Yeah, that much I thought. So get out of here, Sterix. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It does not really matter. So we're looking for something sweet here with the Search of Greatness, and I hope that we can find it. And if we don't, well, the Archon Beatdown is looking pretty good. The Archon Beatdown is looking so good, I can't even tell you how good it looks. So, can we get something good? That is something good indeed. Alright. So we get rid of the Pouncing Shore Shark here. Not even going to wait. And he surrenders! What's up with those people? Nobody wants to play me with this deck, but that is fine with me. 2-0. 2-freaking-0. Mwah. Perfect. Alright, the first two games went pretty well. Pretty freaking well. People didn't want us to play with them. They were scooping left and right. So we're missing a white here, which is pretty crucial to our game plan, as you can see. So we need to mulligan here. This looks way better. This looks so much better. So I think sadly the EERIE Ultimatum needs to go. I'm sorry, my friend. So we're playing down a castle. No need not to. Up against another white deck. But this is pretty good, as I wanted my Bright Climb Pathway to come out as a black land. So now we have two whites. The Youthful Valkyrie. That is a card that I absolutely don't want to see on the battlefield. It gets out of control way too quick. Way too quick. So we drew another land, which is not too bad. Next turn, I think I will be getting my Yorion into my hand. Unless I really need to throw something on the field. But I think the Yorion is looking pretty... Okay, you get a 2-2 for that. I don't really mind. Another Elspeth Conquers Death. So as there is not a real threat here, we put the Yorion into our hand. And now we have infinite Elspeth Conquers Death. And with the Archon of Sun's Grace, we're looking pretty a-okay. Okay, another Youthful Valkyrie. So, what do we have here? White, green, white. So, we don't need too many greens, but we need some black. So, let's do it like this. We put down the Archon here. He's a pretty good blocker against the Youthful Valkyrie. And he's not finding lands. So his game plan was to play with only 2 lands. Is this Scoop Island? Oh, there you go. There you go. Come on, play something for 3. Play something for 3. Do it. I know you want to do it. We all want to do it. The Righteous Frickin' Valkyrie is exactly what I was talking about. Okay. We're not getting too greedy here. We're just getting the Righteous Valkyrie off the field. And now we chill a little bit. Oh, I should have played a black here. Well, I can use this as a black, so that is still pretty a-okay. So we need an answer for the Youthful Valkyrie, but for now it's not the biggest problem. For now. Revitalize. I gotcha. Found a land. Pretty good for you. But pretty soon we can return our good old friend, the Skyclave Apparition, to the field, which is also pretty sweet. So we're playing another Archon here, no need not to, and we still chill. Next turn we can return our Skyclave Apparition to the field, take care of the Youthful Valkyrie, and if he plays something here, we have another Elspeth freaking Conquers Death. So he's playing around my Yorion, the Starnheim Aspirant. That, for example, is something that I absolutely want to take care of with my Elspeth Conquers Death. Yeah, your Youthful Valkyrie is no more. So we're getting 2 Archon Pegasuses here. Can you feel the pain tonight? Can you feel the pain tonight of Pegasus smashing in? I know you feel like you had a little chance, but not against Malone. I hope you like that song, courtesy of me. So, he kinda needs to play something here, and he surrenders. 3-0, Scoop Fest, let's go. Malonin, really good, in the neighborhood. Nobody stands a chance against the Abzan. I freaking love it. We're up against another fellow Yorion. We're going first with a hand that I like to see. So, we even got an EERIE Ultimatum here. Yeah, this hand is not too bad. We will see. We will see. At least we got something. So I will play this out for a white. Next turn I will get my Birth Meletis. No need to show him what we're packing. What is he packing? Well, let's see what he's packing. Let us see what he is putting on the field. A black. Okay, we're getting a white. Just for the heck of it. Well, we need it with the Birth Meletis, so yeah. And that is kind of a reason to do it. So, getting ourselves a plane here. And the next turn we have nothing, but we could play the Omen of... Okay. Okay, I see. You're a man of culture yourself. So we put the green down as we have another Omen of the Sun. Another white on the hand. So yeah, that is pretty a-okay to me. But are we getting the Yorion in hand, or are we playing the Omen? I don't think that we're playing the Omen yet. I think we're doing nothing here. Okay. So he is the other Ultimatum player. Well, that is fine with me. What do you have in your hand that you're holding back? I would really like to know. So I hope that we can find another land here. But we have the Binding of the Old God, so that is pretty sweet. Doesn't do anything. So I think putting down the Omen now doesn't hurt nobody. Do you have counter spells, my friend? That is the question. Do you have counter spells? You do not, and if you do, you're not willing to use them now. The Omen of the Sea. Are we binding that? I mean, we could. We now have also, yeah, let's binding the Omen of the Sea. Just to be sure that next turn we will find a land. And I want to deny him the card draw, so yeah. He's not finding lands. Oh, now he found it. Now he's finding lands. But we are finding lands as well now, so that is good. A Bloodchief's Thirst on a 1-1. What is wrong with you? Who hurt you? Who hurt you? So next turn we can play the Yorion and re-trigger our Omen of the Sun. And I like that. Also, whatever he plays, we have a freaking answer in our hand for freaking everything. Yes, I say freaking a lot because I'm freaking excited about beating the Dark Knight. Bruce, come on, give it to me. Are you killing the other 1-1? You are. Literally, who hurt you? Who freaking hurt you? Another EERIE Ultimatum. That is not too useful. But we need to be playing something here. So I think as we have another Yorion, I don't see why we shouldn't be playing this one. Did you see it coming? He did see it coming. Okay, well, we would have needed to discard something anyways. So yeah, not even mad. Not even mad. So what do you have here for me? A Binding of the Old Gods. Okay. I upped that one a Skyclave Apparition. So, we still have the pressure on the field. He might get a 4-4, but we have a Kaya, so I'm not... Okay. Well... You will wish you wouldn't have done that. You will wish you wouldn't have done that. So I want my Kaya to be strong. That is why I will be playing the Elspeth Conquers Death here. And we also still have a Yorion, so... Oh, interesting. That is pretty interesting. An Ugin. So I think it is time for the Kaya here. And next turn we can return our Yorion, flicker the Kaya, make her even stronger. So we're not finding any lands, which is pretty annoying. So are we even flickering the Kaya here? I honestly don't think so. But we're putting the ghost form onto this bad boy. And now we're foretelling the Doomscar. Because we need to do something with our hand. So this is looking pretty good. All we need is some lands. He's ramping real good. He's on 8 lands. We're on 5. So yeah. Really breaking our bowels here. Our bowels. But that is fine. So do you have an answer for the Kaya? Elspeth's Nightmare. That is just weird. Yeah, I will Binding of the Old Gods that bad boy any day. I don't want him to look at my hand. Oh, you have a counter spell, do you? He does have a counter spell. So as I don't want him to look at my hand, I will exile the Elspeth's Nightmare. No returning it. So what does he have in his graveyard? Nothing at all right now. And we're snacking in for 5. Which is pretty good. Next turn we can play another Kaya. And if we find one more black, or 2 more black. Oh, okay. You have a Nugan. Well, I will return that to my hand. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. There is 1 black. That is very good. But I still think that I need to take care of that Ugin ASAP. Just frickin' ASAP. So we're 1 land away from our own Ugin, which I like a lot. And yeah, 1 black mana away from an EERIE Ultimatum, which I like as well, very much. Okay, here is another Saw It Coming. But he can't be playing it. Oh, this is kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. I wish I would have had another land. But this. I think this is another Saw It Coming. I can see it coming. So we put a Ghost Form counter on nothing. Now we Doomscar. I don't want that Yorion be busting my bowels. Alright, Dark Knight. All I need is you not to have a counterspell here. Do you have another freaking Yorion? Ugin. He has another Yorion. Well, not even too bad. So, as we have 2 EERIE Ultimatums, let's try to tickle one out of his counterspell out of his hand. Do you have another Disdainful Stroke? He has another Disdainful Stroke. Insane. Insane in the membrane. Goodbye, Yorion. So, but all of these cards are now in my graveyard, which is pretty a-okay to me. So if he has another counter spell, he will be spamming it now. Nobody wants to see the Ugin. And next turn I have another. Oh my lord, he has all the counter spells. Well, that is kind of bad. Unless, no, this couldn't be a Doomscar. This could not be a Doomscar. So next turn I will be playing my Yorion, just to have it on the field. An Elspeth's freaking nightmare. I don't like to see that. So here comes the Skyclave Apparition. And if he has a counter spell, I think he wants to use it now. Okay, he does not. Does not want to use it now. So what are you using it for? Okay. Well, I really wish I would know what this card was. A Heartless Act. We have enough life. We have enough life for that. So what is in your hand? I really want to know what is in your hand. Holy smokes, what a top deck. What a freaking top deck. So yeah, as he will take it out of our hand anyways, I will just try. Here's another Saw It Coming, yep. But that was a freaking good top deck, my friend. That was a freaking good top deck. On next turn we have our Yorion. Well, I should have played it as I'm losing it anyways. Getting rid of his graveyard would have been sweet. But he has a land here. So the Elspeth's Nightmare was a pretty freaking good top deck. And him having all the counter spells in the world was also not that bad for him. No need to flicker that. But now he needs another answer from the top. That was just crazy. That was just freaking insane. The top deck of the century. Another freaking Elspeth's Nightmare. And we found another Yorion. Okay. Never have enough Yorions in hand. No need to do anything here. He's crying good now. But if he's attacking in, we have the Wood Willow Haven which we can sacrifice. So what did you find? Hopefully nothing good. An Omen of the Sea, that is pretty good. Scrying 4 in a situation like this, and he keeps on top. I absolutely don't like to see that. Absolutely don't like to see that. So he's attacking in. Okay, we have enough mana for these shenanigans. Scrying again? Okay. I thought you know what you have in your hand, on top of your deck. Yeah, he keeps on top. So let's try to be freaking cheeky here. We put this onto here. And now even if he has an extinction event, which he does not have. Did we get him? Even though he had the super luckiest draws of all times, someday it stopped. Okay, well, we freaking got him. I like to see that. Sweet, so sublime, so nice. Thank you very much. Alright, we're doing one last game, and then I need to render this video and get back to the studies. And we're up against a friend from the Asian countries. And we're going first. Like to see that. And we have the ramp. And we have all the colors that we need. So why shouldn't I keep it? Let's hope that we're not up against a super aggressive deck, but it looks like we are. So let's be ramping real good. And in 2 turns we have the Kaya. I wasn't thinking about a super aggressive deck, to be honest. Okay, hopefully we don't find an answer here. But that is fine. we can dig for an answer with the Indiatha Triome. So board wipe here would look really good. The Forbidden Frickin' Friendship. Weird, but okay. So as we have a lot of mana, I will be digging for something here. We found another land, but that is pretty good. That indeed is pretty good. I mean, he's a lifelinker, so yeah, I want to have him on the field. And if he doesn't have a night spell here, this looks still pretty good. And we can take a hit as we are getting some life back. And then we can play the Kaya. The Amherstern Predator. Okay, we absolutely need to play the Kaya here to get rid of the Amherstern Predator. So we get a blackout here, so we can be sure that we can be playing all of our stuff with the EERIE Ultimatum as soon as possible. So the Amherstern Predator absolutely needs to be exiled, because that will take care of all of our stuff in our graveyard, which I don't like. So now he needs to be attacking in with everything. Which is pretty good, because I can take care of some stuff then. And our EERIE Ultimatum is not too far away. We have 2 green, we have 2 white, and if I get myself another black here, we are looking pretty a-okay. For the EERIE Ultimatum. Very soon. The Glass Casket. What the hell? What are... Free win, my friends! Free a frickin' a win. 5-0. What? Did we just go 5-0? Sweet. Sweet. Holy bejesus. I can't believe it. I knew this deck was strong from the beginning, but going 5-0 in the videos is always crazy for me. Every single time that we go 5-0, I'm freaking amazed and so glad. So this is a very, very good deck. I don't think that there is anything I would change, and you rarely hear me say that. I'm always the first to tell you, throw that card out, don't use that card, maybe do that. If you're not looking until the end of the video, well, you never know about that part. But this one was just so much fun. Yes, maybe I misplayed here and there, maybe I wasn't maneuvering the deck perfectly, but we still got so many scoops, so many wins. Going 5-0, always a freaking pleasure. So, if you made it this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for the support that I've been getting in the last 2 weeks. It is insane. The channel is really something that I enjoy doing. It is something that I do out of the pleasure of my heart. And I'm so glad that I'm touching some people with it in a not pervy way. So thank you all so much for tuning in to my 102nd or 3rd video. I don't even know anymore. I'm not even counting anymore. But we're up to the next milestone. We're trying to get to 800. That is why it's written up there. So if you want to support the channel, share this video and the whole channel with somebody that you know would enjoy some MTG Arena. Share this video on the social medias. Let everybody know there's a fresh new YouTuber with a fresh new deck every single day. And I will see you all tomorrow.